I'm still on a high. This is crazy. This is crazy. I probably put the worst acting of my life when I came back from my call with Courtney after finding the Chicago compass after listening to Courtney sing Chicago. But I don't care. I'm gonna go to all my allies and be like, oh my God, please tell me you found it. And if they don't believe me, who cares? I got a compass. And they don't.
That's pissing me off. Seriously, I'm real pissed off about it. I've tried so hard to find that compass and I put in Chicago. Congrats, it's already been found. You're fucking kidding me.
I'm trying to flirt with John for him to give me the clue, but it's not working. It's not. So he has a lot of integrity because it's not, it's not working.
That's besides the point. Let's take some calls from the callers. Caller, you are live on the Princess Podcast. Hey, Prince, did you hear about the advantage? Shut the hell up. Seriously, shut up. Next caller.
I'm in a great position. Obviously, Crossroads didn't go perfectly with Joseph playing his compass, but who cares? I really don't. Bart leaving clears up Annie a little bit, locks Rocky in with me, and if we go to another Crossroads, it has Joseph as public enemy number 1.
No one expects Ryan. No one expects Ryan. But they should, because he's playing a pretty good game. And what is everyone's playing a pretty good game. This was high stakes, like I said. This felt like a Final Six Tribal Council. But apparently it was between me and Austin, and because of Austin's relationship with Annie, which is quite tight, I need like an invite to this Austin Annie club that I would like to join. But it's invite only, apparently. I'm not allowed in unless I know the password. I have not been given the password for this. So I was a little shocked that I got every single vote. But I don't hold it against Ryan. I don't hold it against Austin. This is not my final form. I was in my congenial era. I have now transitioned into my revenge era. And everyone that voted for me in that tribal council, everyone that voted for me in that Crossroads is on a list.
When I saw the people that I was swapping in with on this new red team, I was nervous. I was very nervous. I now had tonight to solidify some things and not have the chaos of a Crossroads. I feel pretty good. The biggest thing that happened tonight, though, was I was able to finally solidify a proper alliance with Jess.
I don't know if these people are saying this to everybody. Like, everyone's like, hey, you're my number 1. I don't know. I could be being bamboozled. I feel like Thomas definitely genuine.
I am still a little wary of her maybe being a little too open of a book, but she feels like she's on the out. She feels like she doesn't have anyone, and I wanted to make it very clear to her that she does have someone. She has me.
Jess was super upset at Eli, which is pretty good for me and Joshy because right now we're in the minority. Thomas is the one on the outs, or so they want us to think.
Have to solidify this shit. Like,
Let's make you want to make a final 2 right now?
let's do it. I'm down.
Okay, let's make a final 2 right now.
Aleaha, wait. So I feel really comfortable with Jess.
Okay.
I think she likes me over like obviously Eli.
She's mad at Eli.
Yeah, which is fine. Right?
Yeah.
That's good. And Eli is the loudest, most like talkative person.
She told him to stop talking.
It's fine. That doesn't matter. If they're fighting, that's better for us.
Yeah, you're right.
Right?
And how do you feel about Thomas? Because Thomas thinks that like he could
I actually like Thomas.
I don't mind Thomas either.
We're not supposed to like Thomas.
Thomas was like, I really like your vibe, and I was like, you should. Like, we're cool. But like, as long as like they go after each other.
In an ideal world, we will rendezvous soon. This will become an individual game, and then myself, Jess, Eli, Cara, Joseph, and maybe Ryan, maybe Rocky, but at least the 5 of us can run the majority.
It's not looking great for me, especially with this whole Eli business. I don't know what the fuck I've done to piss off Eli, let alone what Austin's done to piss off Eli. I want to understand why, and I feel like I need to confront him straight away the next time that I'm with him and be like, Eli, what the fuck? I'm really confused. It's fucking annoying.
Welcome everyone to Expedition Online Season 6 Uluru. It's Team George versus Team Sandra. Although we're far removed from that at this point. We've only got 12 explorers remaining. For today's challenge, we're going to throw things over to challenge coordinator Jess.
Welcome to Royal Flush Memory. Displayed here on this grid is every card, 10, Jack, Queen, King, and Ace, of each of the 4 suits. Plus, there are 2 jokers in the grid as well. When you pick your first card, that will determine the suit of cards that your party is going for. Then play will pass to the other party. If the other party picks the same suit that I did, then they don't get to add anything to their hand. If they choose a different suit, then they get to begin building their royal flush of a 10, Jack, Queen, King, Ace, all in the same suit. Then it will be the second explorer's turn. You will pick one card. If it matches the suit that your party is going for, that card is added to your hand. If it does not match the suit, then nothing is added to your hand. Play passes to the other team. Proceed in the same manner. Your goal is to be the first party to build a royal flush to win exemption. The jokers can fill in place of any missing card you have in your hand. Good luck and good memory.
All right, you guys have already been numbered off here for this challenge. We are going to need the assistance of the lovely challenge coordinator, Jess. Perfect. Take it away, Jess.
All right, to get started, we need Annie and Aleaha. You're going to play a little rock, paper, scissors to see who gets to pick first. Are you ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh, scissors cut paper. So Annie, you get to pick first to see what suit your party will be looking to build their royal flush with. So there are numbers 1 and 2 and the letters A through K. So you'll give me a number and letter combination and that will tell me which card you want to pick.
G1.
G1. You have the King of Spades. So you guys will be going for the spades and you are on the purple party. All right, Aleaha. Give me a number and letter combination.
I would like to pick A2, please.
A2. That is a Queen of Clubs. So red is going for clubs. So that brings us to Austin.
I'll go for E2.
E2. Jack of Diamonds, I'm sorry.
I will take H2.
H2. King of Diamonds, I'm sorry. That will not work.
E1.
Jack of Spades. That adds to the purple, which leads us to Joshy.
B2.
B2, Queen
I
of
said C2.
Spades.
I said C2.
Okay. I heard B.
I will go B2, please.
That is the Queen of Spades, which brings us to Cara.
J1.
J
J's and
as
Jack.
Jack. 1. That is the Jack of Hearts.
Can I get I1?
Igloo 1. Ace of Diamonds. So sorry.
J as in Jess, 2.
J as in Jess 2. 10 of Diamonds.
A1.
A1, like the steak sauce. Queen of Diamonds. So sorry. Eli.
I'm gonna go K as in Kristen 1.
Jack of clubs. You are on the red party, so that gives you 2 cards, and purple has 3 cards right now.
D as in dog 1.
D as in dog 1. That is the 10 of clubs. That's not going to work for you.
Challenge coordinator Jess, I would like to pick D as in dog 1. Thank you.
You are welcome. That is the 10 of clubs. Tying things up. Next, we go to Courtney.
H as in high 1.
King of hearts. Close but no cigar. So sorry. Next, we have Thomas.
K as in king 2.
That is the ace of hearts. No reds working here tonight. Joseph.
D for dog 2.
D2. Oh, you have picked a joker, the first joker of the game. So we will just stick that on there. All right. The competition is heating up. Next, we're going to Joshy.
I won. I as in igloo. 1.
I won. That's the ace of diamonds.
Can I get F1? F is in frog.
Frog 1. The ace of spades, which means purple has completed their royal flush and 1 exemption. Congratulations to the
All right,
purple
Ryan.
Okay, the purple party has 1 exemption for the evening. They will be safe tonight from the crossroads, which means that I will be seeing the red party tonight. Before we get that, we have another summit. How the summit's going to work is the winning party is going to choose a member from the losing party to attend the summit. That person will return back to their party and will go to crossroads, will have a vote, can be voted out if it comes to that. So I will have the winning parties jump back into your group video chat and figure that out for me real quick.
I would love to send Jess. I just know she's had her points where she's been doubting herself over the course of this, and I'd love for her to have the whole experience of hitting a summit. So
yeah, and I also don't want her to be like an easy vote out on that team either, because I feel like they might try to gang up on her, just being kind of like her fear of being kind of like the older person in the game.
Yeah, no, we could use her as a number moving forward if you guys think that.
love that.
Yeah.
All right. So Jess, you will be going over to join Janet at the summit. And why not? Take someone from the winning party with you. Who we got to choose from? We got Annie, Austin, Courtney, Joseph, or Ryan. Rocky's not the challenge. Rocky cannot be chosen.
I'll pick Austin.
Austin!
I've been doing a lot of pick-me's.
Not that much.
I needed a little extra love.
It was a lot, Austin.
Hey, paid off, maybe. Maybe he's put himself in a spot. We'll see what Janet has to say. Before we get to that, we have hidden the word compass somewhere. You need to find it, take a screenshot, and send it to me. Jess has already given you a clue as to its whereabouts. So Austin and Jess, you're going to the summit. Everyone else, you're going back to your party chats. I will see the red party in exactly 1 hour, 8:45 at the crossroads.
Hey, what an honor. How are you guys doing?
Doing good. Thank you for asking. It's so nice to meet you.
When they said Janet, I was like, the Janet?
So before we talk, I love this expedition online. And I love coming in, and one of my roles is to kind of talk to some players about their game and stuff like that. Before I go there, can each of you tell me a little bit about yourself and where you feel like you are in the game? Austin, you're up.
All right, perfect. So first day made an alliance with Jess and Ryan as well, who was just on the team that picked Jess to go to Summit. So I'm trying to keep us three going. I'm trying to make sure that us three are like a strong core three.
We're never together.
Yeah, but what was nice though is that you and Ryan were always together. So I figured worst case scenario, if I could survive, because I was always on another team after we were swapped, I still kept surviving, and I was able to, I think, pull in Courtney as a fourth for us.
Mm-hmm.
So moving forward, I think we have a really solid four, and there's a few people. There's like more intel I can give to you as well too, Jess, moving forward. But
very nice. Jess, tell me about yourself.
I'm the mom in the game. I met Austin and Ryan, and I really liked them both. I felt like I am the kind of person who likes to play a more loyal game, and that that's just kind of who I am as a human. And so my goal was to try to find a couple people who I can really trust and kind of make it through.
All right. Thank you both for sharing with me a little bit about yourselves. What I will say this to you, Jess, because I'm getting there. I got to tell her loyalty is going to kill you.
Yeah.
Loyalty is not going to help you.
So push Austin off a cliff.
No, you have to have loyalty, but not to the degree that it's going to cost your game.
Yeah.
You need to be realistic. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
And to add to that too, Jess, like at any point, if you're like, I want to make a move, I'm happy to help you build that resume, because it only benefits me as well too, to have all of us be strong players, and in that way, not one of us feels more threatened by the other of our three. If you're like, I have a move that I want to make, like I will back you up 100%. So that way you can also get to the end and say, this is what I've done.
Just be careful of what he just said, because he doesn't mean it. But by being as helpful as he is to you, he's making you less than. You need to learn how to rise above and become the phoenix.
Oh, yeah.
Sucks. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it sucks. Like, well, yeah, what can you do, guys?
What can we do?
We tried to catch up.
We can't do anything.
Yeah.
What do we think Jess's advantage is going to get? Or what's the summit going to be?
Oh, we have to wait for Jess?
We don't have to.
No, we don't have to.
Oh. You guys want to break up? 3, 2, 1?
Sure.
I'll jump into one.
Yep.
We are in a block of vote situation. So listen to me. You have 3 choices. 1, if both of you take the advantage, both of you lose a vote. If one of you takes the advantage, the other doesn't get it. And the last one, if nobody takes it, then no harm, no foul. You guys got to figure out what's going to work for you as individuals. Think about what I've just been saying to you. Think about where you're at in the game, and think about which one of these is going to be your best situation.
Well, I definitely don't want you to miss strategizing time. And this, I am happy to not.
Austin, I don't need the rush.
Okay. So what are your thoughts?
Well, I want to know a little, like, let's go back a little and talk about kind of what we've missed with each other, because you survived a vote that we could not believe you survived. There were 3 Sandras and you, I think. Did you play something?
Yeah.
We've been red like together for a while, so like I feel okay with her.
Okay.
Like good with her.
Okay.
I mean, and like I was wondering if you felt good with like Ryan, or like somebody on your tribe.
Yeah, I mean, I feel good with Ryan. I also feel good with Joseph. He and I were, and I feel good about Jess as well.
I feel good about Jess as well. I think we could pull her. Like
I think we could too. So here's a fear that I have. I have a feeling that Cara has an advantage. I don't know what she told you all when she came back from the summit with Joseph. Joseph told us that there was some like rebus puzzles that they had to do, and they both risked their vote, and Joseph lost his vote. I don't know. I don't buy that personally, and so I don't know if Cara will do something similar, but I
Do you
don't.
think Joseph lied to you?
I do, yeah. I know that he and Cara are tight. That's why
You
they
think
chose
so?
each other for this.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why they
Okay.
picked each other to go. But I would be worried to try and get out Cara tonight because of the potential advantage that she might have, which could be your vote, a safety without power, or like something along those lines. Where do either of you two lie? Because I feel very much. I mean, I said it last night. I feel very much like I'm in self-preservation mode, so I will follow the numbers. And if the three of us plus Jess can get the numbers, then like boom, done. That's fine.
Well, Thomas, I like for me, I don't want to just play this round. I want to play like one or two rounds ahead. So if we can think about this and then think about what you can do, because you're the only connection, like you're the most recent
We don't
connection.
know those other blues.
Yeah,
You know?
Right,
us
right.
red, we don't know anyone. Like we know
Right.
Courtney and Andy, but like they've been with other people this whole
Right.
time.
I was able to connect with Courtney, and then Josh was pitching Annie, and then I told Annie like, "Hey, Josh is pitching you. Me and Courtney are down to vote out Josh," and that's who ended up going.
Because I was super excited that you didn't get voted out. I like mourned you for a moment, and then I was like, yes. I like that you're making like connections on both sides, because I've been doing that pretty well too. I think that's good. I was wondering, like, when we look at who should take this or who should not take this, like, I think one of us should take it. Like, why throw away a gift? So with this, I'm looking at the list I have written down of who's on our group. How do you feel is like a standing point with each of them? Like, how do you feel with Joseph right now?
So we all tried to vote Joseph out last night, and he played a compass.
Everybody in my group, my party, thinks he's sketchy.
After when we rendezvous, we'll have Joseph, who I feel tight with, Ryan, who I've worked with this whole time.
You just said Joseph lied to you. So obviously,
But that doesn't mean that I don't think we're not working together. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Like I think Joseph is he's playing his cards close to his chest, and he's like really good at this, but has downplayed the fact that he is like found edges. He knows where things are. He knows where things are going, and the fact that he came in and lied and said he lost his vote. I mean, I'm assuming it's a lie because he had already said he was good at puzzles, so it seems like that would be an obvious get for him to get some kind of extra advantage. And he immediately came in and told us, "Oh, I didn't get it." So I don't know. I'm curious. Again, I'm curious what Cara told you all. What happened at the summit with her? If it matches up to what he said.
Yeah. She kept things close to her vest. Like, she didn't really talk about it. She said she had to do a rebus puzzle.
We put me and Jess vote for Joshy. Do you think she's going to come back?
Yeah.
I think, honestly, if we tell her that, I think she would probably be on board, too, to keep. But I just feel like we cut Aleaha with that. You know what I mean? Like, we lose Aleaha instantly the minute we cut him and her Joshy off for Thomas. I think we should go Thomas.
know.
Dude. I really do.
You don't think they're gonna like team up on one of us?
I don't think so. I mean, let's meet back later beforehand, and that way we can like check the vibe.
Okay, I'll let you know if I hear like your name. Let me know if you hear me.
Yeah, no,
come up.
same. 100%. I'm a little nervous too now, but.
Hey, Cara.
And I think that's a fair fear because it's happening. We were just talking about how the numbers, the George versus Sandra, them being afraid of Team Sandra getting picked off to fill you in.
I want to do this like fairly so that we could all like, right?
I'll jump by the fire if anyone wants to follow. Joshy and Aleaha both basically just pitched for me to join them to try and preserve the Sandras. That was the conversation you just came into.
Oh, okay.
But honestly, I feel way tighter with the group that we have. I feel a lot better with if our group can be me, you, Eli, Jess, And then when we rendezvous, we can bring in Joseph, Austin, Ryan. I feel a lot better about that group.
I definitely would want to like have you at like with us too. Like I feel like it makes sense.
Yeah, and I mean, I would vote out Aleaha tonight. I'll say a name, because I feel like I haven't really had a chance to connect with her. Joshy seems like he's a little more tapped into the game and is playing a little bit more than Aleaha. But I don't know. You've been with Aleaha and Joshy more, so
I feel like that was kind of like the consensus about Aleaha, how she seems a little detached kind of from the game.
What would be your ideal tonight?
I'm with
Okay.
you.
Okay. And you don't feel strongly
Yeah.
one way or another? I feel like you do.
Not
I feel like
really.
I feel like you might. I feel like you want to say something.
Yeah. I don't- maybe Joshy.
Dude, what a fucking.
All right. What are you feeling?
I still feel good with me, you, Jess, and Cara.
I do too.
Like a solid, and I'm the only thing I'm anxious about is just I need Jess to come back. You know what I mean? To like lock it in.
I'm not worried about locking in Jess at all. I think
I don't think so either.
I will say I am nervous about Cara more than anyone. Just not getting rid of her tonight by any means. I would love to say I'm more worried about Cara trying to flip it on me.
No, I got when I talked to Cara just now, it was the same sentiment. Like it was George Strong.
Okay.
And it was like because whenever we came back in the room and you guys were like they were like, oh, they're nervous about like picking off the Sandras. I said, oh, really? Like that's interesting.
I know. Well, I figured the best thing to do is to just keep the conversation going when you guys jump, because that's what we were talking about.
Yeah.
And full transparency, they want me to jump over, but I have no interest in doing that because I want to work with you, Eli, Cara, Jess. We rendezvous, we bring in Joseph, Ryan, and then boom, they're sick. We have the numbers.
Good, and I agree. But I feel the same way, and I don't think either of them have the compass either.
I didn't get it, and I know Jess didn't get it.
In terms of the advantage, Jess, I'm down to not take it. That way you can have something going into tonight.
Okay.
And if you don't use it tonight, then you can use it in the future. But I'm happy to not take it. I also have an advantage that Ryan knows about. So I would rather do everything to keep our like core three strong. So I'm happy to not take it.
That's a good move.
So I would love to make sure that we make it to rendezvous, and then we're able to at least like keep ourselves safe. Like there's plenty big personalities out there that I feel like will kind of like set themselves up. I'm happy that like their people are conflicting. So
and I think Eli's a great shield, in all honesty, because he can't stop talking. Like he just can't stop talking.
I will say though,
Eli tries to make you a target a lot because
I mean, look, at the end of the day,
Eli's trying to rile up everybody, and I keep going no.
But anyway, that's me. That's me hopefully showing that like I want to work with you, you all. And so if we had to choose between Aleaha and Joshy, who would you choose?
I would choose Joshy.
Really? Okay. I would choose Aleaha. Aleaha. But only because I can tell Joshy really wants to be here, and I feel bad because Aleaha sort of gives me this like very passive energy.
Yeah. The thing with Joshy that I'm concerned with is when we see him in like challenges and like when we try to strategize, he just like I feel like he's picking things. Well, not even it's just he's not picking things up. If we do go to the rendezvous and we're like trying to rely on him to like get information for us, like it's gonna be very hard for Joshy to go from like one group then come back to us and like relay that to you and I. You know what I mean?
Right.
That was my fault, and that might be like way too deep like analysis.
No, but we gotta think that deep, and I think Joshy's thinking that deep too, which is why he and Aleaha pitched to me like, we got to be thinking 3 rounds ahead here, and we would rather work with you all and try and dismantle the Team George.
Yeah.
I mean, bro, I got my buff right here. Like, I'm Team George.
I don't think he has anything, to be honest. I think we'll be good if we
That's
stay,
good.
right?
Yeah, I think so.
How do you want to move forward like moving on, like continuing into the like group?
Like as a 5?
Yeah, but like beyond that, like
Beyond that,
how are we gonna get the numbers?
I know. I don't know. Do you have any ideas? Like, is there something you're thinking?
I'm okay to go with you.
I don't know where we're going. I want to talk to Jess first. I feel like
Okay.
that's kind of like a cop out answer, but I want to talk to Jess and just see if anything happened that could potentially change the vote tonight.
But
Get a sense for.
we might not talk to her.
You don't think so?
I don't know. We might not. If she's not back already, like what's taking so long?
Me, you, and Aleaha could pull in Jess to swing either Cara or Eli out of here if we wanted to.
Yeah. I mean, if it'll save me, I'll do whatever. I feel
Yeah.
like my name is on the chopping block.
They are hard pushing for me to join them to vote out one of you two, and I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to say it right now. No interest or intention, because that's like a horrible long term game for all three of us to do that right now.
Who do you think it is?
I think, like I was saying to Thomas, like I think just based on like the way Joshy is that. Oh, Jess is back.
Yes.
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 Pieces. Do you see how pink my so stressful? We get there, and it's one of those things where we have to say whether or not we want to take the advantage or not. We both have to say privately, and you would lose a vote if you both said yes, and I didn't want to lose my vote, so I said no, and he got the advantage.
Okay.
So I would have lost. We both would have.
That's fine. That's okay. You have a vote. There's nothing to do about it.
Okay.
You know? We're feeling good about the four of us. I'm going to say that really fast, and I'll pivot quickly if anyone else jumps in. Aleaha and Joshy are having a one-on-one. Joshy's going to tell Aleaha that
Oh God,
she and I are going to have a one-on-one.
Look at chat. It's another clue. She had a crown on earlier and a crown on now.
I knew it. I knew it.
You guys want to
right.
split up?
Who wants to talk?
I'll chat with Jess real quick from the beginning.
Okay.
Thomas,
I'll
want to
get
talk
it.
again? What do you think we should do?
That's sus.
What do you think we should do here?
You're like putting it on me.
Because I need guidance. I need a man to tell me what to do.
No, don't say that. Don't say that, Queen.
Well, we only have 20 minutes, so.
I know. I want to get into a room with Jess, and you get into a room with Thomas, and say that you're leaning care of, I guess, or whatever.
Okay.
Or don't say that. Wait until he brings something up.
Here's the thing: Cara doesn't have a vote because she lost it, and then here's another
I
thing.
didn't want to lose my vote.
Smart. So I mean, we can.
Thomas is going to vote for Joshy.
Yeah, and I think Joshy and Aleaha will be voting for Thomas.
And then
But Joshy keeps telling Thomas that him and Aleaha want Thomas to join them to go after one of us, but Thomas can't say a name. Like Thomas is like, hey, they haven't told me a name yet. So to me, that seems very surface level. They don't mean it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what do you think? It's really, I think it is up to me, you, and which just honestly at this point, I think it might be up to me and you because Cara doesn't have a vote. Because we have Joshy and Aleaha will vote for Thomas, and Thomas I think is going to vote for Joshy.
Sorry, I have to write it. I'm not so visual.
You're good.
Thomas.
Take your time.
Thomas will vote for Aleaha. What did you say?
Thomas will vote for Joshy, I think.
Cara can't vote.
Yeah.
Are we sure about that?
Cara can't vote. Yes, Cara lost her vote at the summit.
We're sure about that.
Kara's sure about it. Yeah, so
right.
Go talk
so you
to
feel
others.
better about getting rid of Tom?
I do, but what do you think? Because another thing I mentioned, but you were at the summit is my issue with Joshy is that like when we're in camp and going into challenges, he can't pick up things quick enough, and so I'm wondering how is that going to affect us trying to gather information moving forward.
It's not you. Well, it might be one of us, but we don't know if it is. Like, there's a chance it might be. I mean, all we're just gonna have to do is just cry.
We're alone again, but they fucking. And then look at how active Cara was. Cara freaking took. Remember in the first day, Cara took Jess aside, and then Cara also took Eli aside. She probably told them what her advantage is. That's the thing. If she has an advantage and told them, then there's got to be a backup plan. The fact that we're just throwing 5 votes on Thomas is what they want us to think. They're feeding us some bullshit. They're going to stick together. So I think our best option is to go maybe with Thomas.
Like, will Joshy be able to
Yeah.
go into an opposing
So-
group and come
Oh,
back to us?
Joshy wants to know if we can talk.
Yeah.
So
we-
I see that point. I do see that point. And
So it's
so
up
if we
to-
vote Joshy out, we just
we-
have
but we lose
have
Aleaha.
pissed at us.
We lose Aleaha, yeah, big time. Aleaha just
Yeah.
told me earlier, she's like, I'm really happy that you guys are protecting us and moving forward. I really appreciate that.
I want to see if I want to talk to Jess about the four of us coming together here, and the four of us being you, me, Aleaha, and Joshy, and see where her head is at there, and
Okay.
and then, yeah, because I think
If
that's
too, that like I would vote, like I would like to vote with
Yeah.
the four of
Yeah.
us to vote together if that's like something that Jess and everyone else is interested in.
Well, totally, especially because I do feel like I'm at the bottom of whatever Team George alliance is forming, so part of me is definitely considering the idea of, this is a good opportunity to form some ties here on the Team Sandra side of things, and let's talk before 8:45 and
We'll definitely get into a room even if it's for a minute.
You don't think he's gonna join them and then like
Yeah.
but like this is
How was that?
Is
Aleaha's
Jess here?
Jess is here. She's
no.
everyone
She's
can
still
just
with
talk
Joshy.
in-
We need to vote for Tom, and because I want to keep you, I was like, well, if that's what you want, I mean, I think that makes sense.
But Eli, but do you?
Okay, let's
Eli,
map this out.
What?
So if I vote
Yes,
for,
I don't think we have time to do this. Can we put a vote? Can we put our 2 votes and Aleaha's vote on Eli?
on Eli,
if you don't have a
I want
close
to stick with the
relationship
plan.
But I'm telling you, they're gonna vote me out.
Because you're right. I really believe you're wrong.
Okay? Let me talk
Eli
to Eli. Then.
thinks he has me.
Okay,
Like
then let me
he
talk.
thinks he has me so solidly, and I am just his puppet.
Yes, I trust you 100%. Okay, but I'm just very scared. Okay, all right.
Don't screw it up.
Yeah.
His logic skills are iffy.
I know.
All right, tell me what you got.
Okay, so that was kind of like, so I think Thomas is gonna go Joshy, but he also said that Aleaha and Joshy were pitching for him to join them and vote one of us out.
I like losing Tom does not benefit me. Tom likes me a lot. Joshy, when Joshy felt like he was under the gun, he was like, maybe we should vote Cara. Maybe we should vote Eli. And I was like, you need to stop.
Hey, I'm nervous, man. You're on mute. You're on mute.
Hello and welcome everyone to the Day 7 Crossroads. I'm here with the Red Party. Unfortunately, not able to make it back-to-back wins. They lose a tough one. But I want to actually talk a little bit about the summit. So, Jess, were you surprised that they chose you?
Yes. Like, are they trying to draw a target on me? What was happening? I don't know.
What did you tell the rest of your party about what happened? Or was there not enough time? You decided to get right to business?
Oh, no, we talked about it.
Yeah?
Well, first of all, Austin has a lot of microaggressions against me.
Now, at the summit, there is potential for good or bad things to happen, Joshy, and he talks about what that might be and whether or not we believe what Jess was saying.
Yeah, so I mean, I tend to believe what people tell me. So, I mean, I want to trust people in general. Like, that's my first instinct.
Now, Cara, there's been a lot of talks of advantages. I threw out a clue, a very obvious clue. Well, not an obvious clue, but the fact that there was a clue today was pretty obvious. Has there been a lot of talk about who may have these advantages and how to play around them?
I mean, we've talked about it, but I feel like we're mostly just kind of focused on what's going to happen now.
Okay. Aleaha, we started off this game, Team Sandra versus Team George. We're pretty far removed from that, but our original party line still kind of propping up a little bit.
Original party lines can definitely be a little nerve-wracking if you're in the minority. If you're in the minority, you could be a little fearful for your game and for your life. But I don't know. I think that like at this point, hopefully at some point we're approaching a rendezvous, given what happens tonight. As we approach that, we kind of just have to work with who we vibe with, and if it's somebody from the blue, then it's someone from the blue, and I don't think colors really matter anymore, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Thank you so much for the question.
No problem. Eli, are you guys clocking what's happening at the other party's crossroads?
Definitely. I think that not even seeing if original parties are coming up, but yeah, the outcome is definitely interesting. Just trying to figure out who made up that crossroads. How could that have happened? Could it be an advantage? Could it be somebody flipping? We're definitely keeping an eye on it, and I think that kind of like what Aleaha said, who you vibe with, is trying to figure out how can we, as the group moving forward, tackle that next challenge of what's happening over there and the stories that are going to come out over there.
So, Thomas, coming into tonight's vote, how were you guys breaking up during the strategy time? Was it a lot of one-on-ones? Were we trying to get into groups? How were you guys kind of managing that?
A lot of one-on-ones, people jumping to each room, all of us trying to be pretty fair about the time that we were spending and, trying to make sure that we're talking to everyone to make sure that, we can be on the same page and sort of lock down plans for tonight. But there's always the chaos that comes into these. This is only my second one, and it feels just like the first, let me tell you.
Now, do you feel like you were able to get to speak with all the people that you wanted to?
There are a couple conversations left open for sure. I didn't get a chance to chat with Jess when she came back, other than the group sort of debrief that she did. But, it's not much you can do now when you're watching the clock, seeing the minutes tick by, and suddenly it's 5 minutes becomes 3, becomes 1, and the rooms are all locked up. So, it is what it is, and just gotta hope that the last conversations that I had are the conversations that are worthwhile.
Very well said. I mean, is there anyone coming into tonight's crossroads that's feeling particularly nervous and is pretty confident they're going to at least catch a couple votes tonight?
I don't know how being gone for that long affects me. So I think I have I hope I'm okay. I hope what people are telling me is the truth, but no one's going to be like, hey, we're pushing the old lady off the cliff tonight.
An hour sounds like a long time. You were gone for what was about half of it. So does anyone feel like they didn't get a chance maybe to talk to Jess?
Penalized.
That's how the summit works. That's why we time it the way we do.
Yeah.
Well, I'm done with my questions for now, but I'd love to open up the floor if anyone has anything that they'd like to say before we get around to the vote. Now would be a great time to chime in. Oh, looks like we're all locked and loaded with our plans. Okay, let's go, Joshy.
I just want to compliment you guys, production, on what a fantastic game this has been so far. So I know you put a lot of work into it, and I appreciate it.
Oh, thanks a lot, Joshy. It's a lot of fun for us too to watch you guys play. This has been a fantastic season. So any other last words before we get to this vote? Everyone looked like they were locked and loaded with their plans. So if you have an advantage that can be played before the votes, now is the time to do so. All right, well, we will take you into the voting booth. All right, the votes are in. If you have an advantage that can be played after the votes, now would be the time to do so. All right, we had 5 votes this evening. The first vote is for Joshy. Second vote is for Tom. 1 vote Joshy, 1 vote Tom. The 3 other votes are for the same player, the explorer that has been deserted at the crossroads this evening is Tom. Tom, you have been eliminated by a vote of 4-1. Do you have any last words for your party?
Good job, everyone.
All right, thanks a lot for playing, Tom. If you don't mind sticking around for a second. As for the rest of you, you may go back to your party chats. We'll close them down at 10 p.m. as usual.
Jess told me too that Austin voted for Joseph at the last crossroads, and Joseph played an idol to save himself, and they're not close. Yeah. So they're not that close over there.
Okay, that changes things.
Yeah, that's why I don't want Thomas to be the glue that reels people back in. He's probably good with Austin and Joseph and Ryan, and that's gonna bring them all back together, and I don't want that. Hey Prince, noticed you picked Thomas for your team. Want to explain that to us?
Thank you, caller. I picked Thomas because in my head I thought, pull out the gun, bing, sniped him. I wanted Thomas out. He said he's good with Joseph. Not cool with that. Said he's not good with Cara. Oh, strike number 2. I picked him because I thought, well, if we're all 5 going to be on this party together, we might as well just get somebody that we can take out. That's a threat. He's charming. He makes people laugh. He knows how to talk to people.
Joshy.
The cranberries.
Dude, we had you. The cranberries is literally so fucking solid, dude. Like, the minute Tom got into this party, like, he was only here for a short stay.
I was trying my best to set him up so that it would be like I wanted to work with him in the merge so that he wouldn't feel like it's going to be all stacked on him.
Yeah.
But why did he vote me?
He told me that you were voting him.
PRB. I would think that, though.
I wasn't here. But here's the thing. Here's the thing you guys don't know about Tom. Tom has told me that he's been chatting with George and that George told him to get rid of Eli.
This episode is dedicated to our #1 fan, George, out there. I hope that you and Thomas now have a lot of time to talk because he doesn't have anything to do from 7 to 10 the next few weeks. Until next time, we are at 11 explorers left. I'm hoping for a rendezvous right around the corner, whether it's at 11, whether it's at 10, but I'll be there.
I cast my vote for Thomas tonight.
So I don't have a vote. I mean, I will vote if you want me to.
No, I do not want you to.
I guess I think we're going Thomas, so I think I would have done Thomas if I had a vote.
Hey guys, I am hoping that Joshy's paranoia does not swing my way, so I'm gonna be voting, for Thomas this evening.
I sadly vote to evict King Tom.
So, my vote is for Thomas. I don't have the numbers to flip this vote. I think I'm the vote tonight, and I think people are lying to me. If there's no other thing that I can do here besides vote for Thomas.
I am going with the last conversations I had. Despite not feeling good about this, I'm voting for Joshy tonight.
If you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe, and click on the bell to receive notifications so you don't miss any upcoming episodes or bonus content.
You know what? You just take it away. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just here for screen time. All right, Leah, come on over.
Come on over, baby.
Hello. Can I ask about answering my chat?
Yeah, hold on, give me 1 second. I'll totally answer. No. Why does everyone keep sending me Queen Corgi? Who is this dog? I've never seen this before.